ahead.
You know, at the end of the day, if I can be honest, I get everybody trying to be all productive and professional with this conversation, but let's call a spade a spade. If you learn how to use a condom, a female condom, and also a man condom, and put it on your wee-wee, you won't be having all these issues. People use abortions as an easy way out because you're messing with multiple partners at times. This could be a scenario. You're using multiple men, having multiple sexual relationships with a man, and then you get pregnant. And the reason why you want to have an abortion, an example of wanting to have an abortion because you don't want that child to have that particular father. Well, you should have thought about that before you decide to have sex with him, or you should have thought about having sex with her prior to that. If you learn how to use a condom, we won't be having all these conversations. Now, I get every once in a while, you may have a hanky-panky, you may do a little drive-through, and something may happen. And, you know, you end up pregnant. But come on, if we use protection, we won't be having all these issues.
Sure.
I do believe
this is not a conversation about that, about protection, because I think what the issue is, because it is being rude. First of all, let's Tammi, can we be clear here? I am the only person on this panel who has had an abortion. I'm the only person on this panel that will be able to have one, right? It's not even like, I'm not talking to trans men here. I'm not talking to anyone who has a uterus. So the fact that I am the only cis woman on this panel speaks a lot to this conversation. That you are speaking on things that you should not, that you literally, your body is not able to do if you wanted it to, right? So let's talk about a conversation. I agree with the conversation about a lot of things. I think that if you are a Black man and you do not believe in abortion, how about having a conversation with that person and saying, hey, what is your stance? Before y'all have sexual relations, what is your stance on abortions? Because if I tell you that I am pro-choice and then you choose to have sex with me, then you are understanding that I am saying my body, my choice. So how about Black men, instead of blaming the whole contraceptive conversation, how about Black men choose to have sex with people who are also pro-life? And I'm gonna tell you this too. A lot of the people who are pro-life, especially cis women who are pro-life, have had abortions in their lives. Let's be very clear. I am here. And I think that,
and it's just like in life, when you have an understanding, you do better. It's a conscience.
No, people are shamed. People are shamed into having this conversation. Hence why I'm the only cis woman on this panel right now.
Problem, because you have to live with the fact of what you've done the rest of your life. If we know as a system, if we know as a culture that it's from slavery, from mass incarceration, the drug epidemic, we even have police officers willing to shoot us. Why are we taking our own lives out of the womb when we know this has been a plan designed against our culture?
I'm very glad you mentioned slavery. And I'm going to mention slavery real quick, and I'm going to talk about that, the concept around the world that we live in. Slavery, right? Where Black cis women did not have the option to abort, right? You were not able to do that because the master was like, that is property. You don't have access to that, right? So that's one. So one, this is about bodily autonomy. Secondly, there are Black cis women who are choosing to not have a baby in this world that is fused with the patriarchy, that is fused with racism structurally, right? And I want us to think about the economic turmoil that we're in. And I want us to think about 6 in 10 women who have abortions are already mothers.